Hi guys, Rob from Royal Balls. Got some nice footage today for you of Lou, my male lavender albino reticulated python. We had to clean him out the other day. It's a good opportunity to interact with him. So I've got some really good footage of a nice workout with a big snake. Before we look at the footage, just a quick word on protocols here with big snakes. You'll see that all my big snake racks here have locks on them, and we're sitting in a snake room here that has a locking door. So I do have a double locking system, although I must admit I don't use the second locking system. But I know in some states where you keep big snakes that is a legal requirement, so we do have it. The other thing that I try to adhere to in terms of protocol with big snakes is never to handle them when there's no one in the house. It's not because I don't handle the snakes solo, I do. It's not because I'm worried that they're going to bite me or try and eat me. It's just that they are incredibly strong, and once you take them out of their enclosure, they will treat you as a tree or some sort of resting place and try to hang on to you, and they can grip you quite tightly. And if they do manage to get wraps on you and pin your hands or your legs, it's actually very, very difficult to get them off. And it's impossible to go call the neighbour. The neighbour will freak out too. They have no experience with snakes. So although I handle them on my own, it's very important to have somebody in the house that is familiar with snakes and that can help you out if you need it. I've never needed it up to now, but if I do, I know I can count on either my wife or my kids to come and rescue me. They know what to do. Even with a big snake, if they are wrapped around something, you can uncoil them from the tail end first. Never try to uncoil them from the head end. First of all, that's the bitey end, but secondly, they're incredibly strong if you try to unwrap them from the head end. But if you grip the tail and start to unwrap from the tail end, you can unwrap them fairly easily, get them to move, and they will release their grip. So never handle large snakes when there isn't anyone else around that can offer assistance if you need it. Okay, let's take a look at the footage. Hi guys, Rob from Royal Balls. Just had to clean out Lou, my male reticulated python. I've been working in the snake room, so I'm a little bit sweaty. It's quite a workout, but it gives me a good opportunity to show off the snake and also to get a little bit of exercise, both me and him. He's climbing me like he would a tree, so if I don't stand up properly, it's because he's actually quite heavy. But what a beautiful animal. They do represent a significant investment in terms of time and effort to look after them. The caging needs to be large. They eat more than normal snakes, and they poo more than normal snakes, so they're probably not for everybody, although their husbandry is no more difficult than any other kind of snake. They are fairly easy to keep and very forgiving. They're just huge. Very satisfying animals. And this guy, once he comes out of his cage, is puppy dog tame. Not so much on feeding day. They do have very strong feeding response, but when they know they're not being fed, generally speaking, they're fairly docile, placid creatures. He's heavy. Okay, this is a little bit easier for me now, sitting down. You can see he's just chilling now. The floor isn't cold out here in the tropics, the floor's quite warm. So he's just relaxed and not really moving a great deal. So you can get a close-up of his pattern here. He is albino, lavender albino, and you can see he's lost all the black pigmentation, and that leaves just the yellows, whites and the lavender pattern, but the typical reticulated python pattern is still there. It's still recognizable. It's got a lovely yellow head, This guy eats chickens, jumbo rats, and I also can get occasionally a nice rabbit for him, but chickens are his staple. He'll eat a 2 kilo chicken, far more than I can eat, and he's typically active during the night. He wouldn't normally be out during the day, so he's probably wanting to get back into his cage and just curl up and go back to sleep, which is how he spends most of the day. But whilst he's out of his cage, it does give me the opportunity to examine him, look at his skin, just check, make sure that he's healthy, that there's no skin problems or any other type of problems. So it is good to handle the animal and just check them over from time to time. You see how docile he is. Beautiful eyes. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed the workout with my big snake Lou there. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.